Hey everybody and welcome back or welcome to my channel. So for today's video I'm going to be showing you how I built my guinea pig CNC grid platform. This is super fun and super easy to make, so let's get on with the video. The things you will need are connectors or cable ties. I use connectors for this. Some CNC grids, you could use white or black. Some carpet for the ramp. Scissors or a knife to cut the vinyl flooring. And finally some vinyl flooring, or you could use coroplast for this, but I decided to use some vinyl flooring. So now it's time to start building. So to start, I started by laying out 5 grids, 3 at the top and 2 at the bottom. I then grabbed some connectors and put them in between. You want the connectors to be facing up the way because we're actually going to be flipping it over at the end. So then, as you can see, I started to place connectors at the top and at the bottom. I would say make sure the connectors at the top and the bottom, actually put them on their side and don't put them the way I've put them. You'll see in a few minutes that I do end up changing it, but what I do is I put them on their side so I can slot more grids in, because right now it was limited to the amount of grids I could put in. So as you can see, I decided to use connectors. You can also use cable ties. I just find that connectors are a lot more stronger, and I think cable ties will wear down over time and they can end up snapping, but I want to try and make it as strong as possible, so that's why I use connectors. So then, as you can see, I started to slot grids in the front and the back, because this is actually going to be the legs, because as I said I'm going to be flipping it round, and this is just the kind of support beams for it. So do 2 at one side and 2 at the other side. You can put as many of these as you want, and the more you put the stronger it will be, I guess. So as you can see, I then flipped it, and this is the bit where the guinea pigs are actually going to go on top. So as you can see, they can go under it and they can actually go on top as well, which I think is really cool about this DIY. So this is the way you actually want to put the connectors on at the sides and at the front and back, because that's what I didn't do in the first place, and it just made sure I had to then swap them, but it's really not a big deal. You can do it whatever way, but I decided to switch them and then I could add more grids on. I then started to put some grids on the top and around, and this is actually going to be a barrier so your guinea pigs can't fall off, so when they're walking around they're not just going to slip off, and they're going to have a little bit of security so they don't just fall off. So as you can see, I put 2 grids at the front and 2 grids at each side, and this is just a bit of security. This is going to be up against the wall, so I didn't need any at the back. And then I started on probably the hardest bit of this DIY, and it's the ladders. To bend the ladders, I advise putting it in a door and just kind of bending it a little bit, because I tried to do it the first time where I just bent it with my hands and I snapped it. So I advise just bend 2 grids at the side, either side, and that works that way, and then you put them on top of each other. So once you've put your ladder the way you want, I advise cable tying it, just to give it some strength. You don't want the ladder to collapse on your guinea pigs or anything like that. So as you can see, I put some cable ties. I ended up putting a little bit more than what I showed you here. I put some in the middle, just for extra security. I then grabbed my carpet and just put it down the middle as a little walkway for them. And I think it looks really nice. So this is how your platform should be looking right now. As I said, you can put the grids any way you want. I just decided it like this because, as you can see, the shed is blocking the back, so they aren't going to fall down the back or anything like that. Now it's time to place your vinyl flooring or your coroplast. As you can see, I decided to use vinyl flooring. I just laid it all on and then I would chop it later. I did keep some up the back just so they wouldn't chew my shed, but you don't have to do this if you don't have a shed. You can do kind of what you like. So then you just cut it the way you would like. As you can see, I just cut a square. I have pretty dodgy cutting skills, so it's kind of ugly looking, but I mean it's good for just now. I then grabbed the stuff to put the ladder on. I just put it on and cable tied it, and I think it's looking really nice right now. And yeah, that's just how I would do it. You can put the ladder any way you would like, but I decided to put it down the side. I then grabbed my carpet and put it on top, and you can put carpet, vinyl, whatever kind of way you want to put on top of it. And that is your basic kind of platform finished. As I said, it's pretty easy. You can decorate it whatever way you want now. As you can see, I decided to put a blanket on top, and I'm going to put beds and things on. I put some little toys around the side and stuff like that. But for now, I'm just going to put a little blanket on, and I think it looks really cute. So I thought I would just include some clips of my guinea pigs enjoying it. As you can see, Cherry and Badger seem to be loving it so far. They've been climbing on top and they seem to really like it, and I'm happy with it. Honey, she runs up and she's trying to jump off. That's why I have a grid up the side, which wasn't there before. I decided to put that up, so if you are making this, just make sure there's no places your guinea pigs can jump off, because your guinea pigs are probably going to try and do so, which we don't want, because they're going to end up injuring themselves. So that's what I would make sure you do. Just make sure there's no places they can jump off. With this DIY though, I would just make sure you give your guinea pigs time, because if they've not had a platform before, they might be a little bit scared walking up and down the ladder. As you can see, Cherry and Blossom don't really get the idea of the ladder yet, and Blossom was trying to walk up while Cherry was trying to walk down, but they're getting the hang of it slowly. But yeah, they were trying to run up when each other was trying to go up and down. Hey, so it's me from the present or the future or whatever you call it, just to say a few things if you are going to build this, just to give you a few tips that I have found out, because this has been the case for a few hours now and I've noticed a few things that I should probably tell you if you are going to make it. The first being on the bridge. If you are going to make this bridge, make sure to put something underneath it, like a little piece of carpet, so the bridge doesn't slide, because I noticed when the guinea pigs were going up it, it was sliding a little bit, so now that that's there it doesn't, and it's really sturdy, so when they're going up it, it doesn't move at all. So when it wasn't there it was shaky, and obviously you don't want it to shake about, so I advise putting something under there, if it's carpet, coroplast, whatever you kind of want. So something I probably already mentioned is make sure you put grids at the front and grids at the side, and if you don't have a back like mine, make sure you put grids at the back as well, because your guinea pig will try and jump. My guinea pig, Honey, I didn't put a grid here because I don't know why I didn't think of it. She just ran and she tried to jump off. Luckily she isn't hurt and there's a blanket here, and it really isn't that high where they're not going to get hurt, but just in case, make sure you're putting grids everywhere where your guinea pigs won't get hurt and your guinea pigs aren't going to try and jump, because if your guinea pigs are anything like mine and are crazy, there she's there, will just try and jump for no reason. I don't know why she did that. Another thing I thought I would also mention, if you're having trouble getting your guinea pigs to go up the bridge, just put some food up here. All my guinea pigs were going up fine, but Cherry wouldn't, and she's the greediest guinea pig I've ever met, so I just put some peppers up there and she was up within minutes, weren't you? So if your guinea pigs aren't going up, just put some food up there and they'll be up really quick. Anyways, that's it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and all that good stuff, and tell me in the comments below if you plan on making this, because I love it and I'm sure your guinea pigs will love it too, and I think it just looks so nice in a cage. And remember, you can make it small and as big as you want to. This is just kind of the way I like to do it, and I don't want to take up too much space, but my guinea pigs love it, so I'm sure you will too. Bye.